Good morning and welcome to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2020. At this time, we ask that you please stand. The privilege of this special commencement ceremony is made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms that we enjoy. Let us honor and respect their efforts and our country by removing any caps, standing at attention, and placing your hand over your heart as Lebanon High School's band director, Joey Boyer, and members of the LHS band play the national anthem.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Cole Asbury, the class president of the class of 2020. And on behalf of the class of 2020, it is a privilege to welcome our parents, family, friends, teachers, school staff, and community members to our commencement ceremony. We are very thankful for this opportunity to celebrate our high school graduation as a class surrounded by those who mean so much to us. At this time, I'd like to say a prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for bringing us together on this beautiful day. I ask that you keep everyone in attendance healthy and safe. I also ask, on behalf of my fellow classmates, that you give us the strength, endurance, and will to face the inevitable hardships of life. Through your grace shall we achieve the greatest success and happiness in life. Amen. We learned from the founders of our present education system that certain cardinal principles have been accepted as the criteria for justifying the material of the high school education. These principles are health, command of fundamental processes, worthy home membership, vocation, citizenship, worthy use of leisure time, and ethical character. In this emblem, the 7-branch candlestick with its lighted tapers have been embodied these principles that they inspire us and succeeding generations of students to a deeper appreciation of the meaning of the high school education to each of us. The committee of the 7-branch candlestick will now light the tapers.
I light this taper as a symbol of health, recognizing that a healthy mind and a healthy body is essential to complete living.
I light this taper representing the command of the fundamental processes, accepting the precept of Solomon, who said, "Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with thy getting, get understanding."
I light this taper dedicated to a worthy home membership, believing the perpetuation of the American home to be the recognized obligation of every individual.
I light this taper representing vocation, as a symbol for our belief that true education is the foundation for our hard work in future years.
I light this taper symbolizing citizenship, realizing that the foundation of our democracy is laid in the wisdom and integrity of its members as individuals.
I light this taper dedicated to the worthy use of leisure, realizing that the use of one's leisure time is a measure of his character.
I light this taper representing ethical character, the chief one of human endeavors.
On behalf of the Lebanon High School graduating class of 2020, I would also like to welcome you to our tradition-rich commencement ceremony. While this morning's event is 10 weeks after it was originally scheduled, we're very thankful that we're able to honor our students through an in-person celebration today. These graduating seniors would not have reached this important milestone in their lives had they not had help from their parents. Parents play an essential role in the success of their children. The class of 2020 would like to thank their parents for their guidance, support, and love. Would the parents of this year's graduates please stand and be recognized? In addition to the parents, these students have had the benefits of excellent teachers and support staff. The class of 2020 would like to recognize the school personnel who have made such an important contribution to their lives. Would the teachers, staff, and graduating seniors from Center Elementary please stand and be recognized? Would the teachers, staff, and graduating seniors from Harney Elementary please stand and be recognized? Would the teachers, staff, and graduating seniors from Hattie B. Stokes Elementary please stand and be recognized? Would the teachers, staff, and graduating seniors from Perry Worth Elementary please stand and be recognized? Furthermore, as our community and school corporation continues to prosper, we have been blessed with the addition of many students who have joined us after elementary school. Would those graduating seniors who joined our school corporation after elementary school please stand and be recognized? After elementary school, these students then progressed to middle school where they were taught and cared for by a very dedicated staff. Would the Lebanon Middle School teachers and staff please stand and be recognized? Finally, the class of 2020 would like to thank the teachers and staff at Lebanon High School who in the last 4 years challenged them to fulfill their potential. Would the teachers and staff from Lebanon High School please stand and be recognized? It is also a tradition that the graduating class provides recognition to this year's retiring educators. This year, the Lebanon Community School Corporation has 5 teachers that are retiring. We'd like to thank them for their dedication, compassion, instruction, and professionalism. If you are present, please stand when your name is called. Please join me in appreciation of the dedicated service provided by Tammy Allen Stewart, Beth McAfee, Martha Smith, Barbara Trackwell, and Carol Weekley. The class of 2020 would like to recognize members of their class who will be beginning their careers in the military. The following members of the class of 2020 have enlisted in the armed forces or are enrolled in a college program that will require military service. Unfortunately, 3 of the 5 are unable to attend today due to their military obligation already beginning. Please join me in recognizing the members of the class of 2020 that have chosen to serve in the military for our country. Please hold your applause until all 5 names have been read. In attendance this morning are Jaden Farron and Isaiah Linville. And those who are unable to attend today are Isaiah Gommel, Nicholas Tolios, and Cameron Townsend. Thank you. Graduates, today is your special day. It marks the successful completion of a 13-year journey dating back to kindergarten. Actually make that 13 years and 10 weeks. Tonight's graduation is proof that each one of you can stick to and successfully complete a challenging long-term goal. While all journeys have celebrations and obstacles, I've not experienced a time when a class has been faced with the challenges and understandable disappointments that the class of 2020 has experienced. It would have been easy and truly understandable for negativity and bitterness to set in. While I'm sure there were tears and frustration, the outcome that I observed was genuine care, compassion, and servanthood from this amazing class to their classmates and community as a whole. These students rallied together, and they did not let adversity derail them. They studied remotely to ensure their graduation. I observed letters, poems, and songs of strength, resolve, and encouragement shared with members of the class. Then this class decided to serve our community through In May We Serve, as they spent May raising nearly $20,000 to show their support for the first responders and businesses in our community. And let that sink in for a minute. Seniors raising $20,000 in the middle of a pandemic to show their community pride and the true servant leadership that they have. They've been raised the right way, and as a community, I know we are proud of them, and I'm sure they will only grow from this experience. I would like to close with a quote from Mother Teresa that I believe this class has embraced. I have found the paradox that if you love until it hurts, there can be no more hurt, only more love. Know that great opportunities to help others are less frequent, but small ones surround us every day. To the class of 2020, it has been a sincere pleasure to call you LHS students. You're an outstanding group of young men and women who have made our school, your families, and our community very proud. Class of 2020, once a tiger, always a tiger. Good luck, and my finest regards to our graduates. Our salutatorian tonight is an intelligent, talented, and insightful young man. While at LHS, he was a 4-year letter winner on the swim team, a 4-year letter recipient on our academic team, and a member of the cross-country team for 1 year. He was also an active member of National Honor Society for 2 years, the LHS Mentoring Program for 2 years, and FFA for 1 year. Outside of school, he has served as a parish volunteer for the St. Joseph's Catholic Church, a volunteer at Homewood Health, and has worked as a lifeguard and swim instructor for Lebanon Parks and Recreation Department for the past 4 years. Our salutatorian has also earned the distinction of being a National Merit Commended Scholar. He will be attending Ball State University to major in biochemistry and pre-med. He has already been accepted into the IU School of Medicine Muncie campus as part of a very competitive program for a bachelor's to MD pathway. The following are comments provided by some of his teachers. He loves to engage in academic discussion, whether it is before school, in class, or in the hallway. He loves learning and will be a lifelong learner. He is a bright young man who is not only willing to share his perspective, but listen and learn from the perspectives of others. He truly understands the productive struggle. He has natural abilities, but what sets him apart is that if he wants to learn something or fix a misconception, he will pursue it with tenacity. He is curious. He asks questions that I don't know the answer to. He does research on those topics on his own and shares what he has found. He will be a lifelong learner, which is the ultimate goal of any teacher. He is a really impressive problem solver. I was continually impressed by his ability to look at scenarios and in creative ways in order to make them fit his strengths. And finally, he is a devoted learner. He would often stay after school for discussions to further explore topics from class. He loves asking questions and thinking through problems. He has a boldness to challenge the status quo and does so with the intention of finding truth. He is a passionate, kind, and has a great sense of humor. He has the heart of a leader and the mind of a learner. He is the son of Ryan and Charlene Betts. It is my pleasure to present to you the salutatorian of the class of 2020, Philip Charles Betts.
I'd like to extend a warm welcome today to all of the parents, teachers, faculty, and family members in the audience, as well as those who could not be with us physically today. Thank you all so much for coming. I know this isn't the graduation we all thought it would be, but thanks to your support, it's as good as we ever could have envisioned it. I'd like to share with you today part of an essay from Robert Fulgham's book, all I really need to know I learned in kindergarten. Share everything. Play fair. Don't hit people. Put things back where you found them. Clean up your own mess. Don't take things that aren't yours. Say you're sorry when you hurt somebody. Wash your hands before you eat. Flush. Warm cookies and cold milk are good for you. Live a balanced life. Learn some and think some, and draw and paint and sing and dance and play and work every day some. Take a nap every afternoon. When you go out into the world, watch out for traffic, hold hands and stick together. And finally, be aware of wonder. Remember the little seed in the styrofoam cup? The roots go down, the plant goes up, and nobody really knows how or why, but it does so all the same. That's it. Everything we really need to know about how to lead our lives, from politics to sanitation to employability, it's all just those few simple ideas and fancy adult terms. All the confusion of our lives can be cleared through these instructions. But that can't be right, can it? If we learned everything we really need to know in kindergarten, then why would we bother coming here for the next 12 years? Well, after some thinking, I was able to come up with one additional instruction that Fulgham did not include in his list. One important thing we've learned, one thing to sum up the last several years of our lives. You are stronger than you think you are. I can honestly say that's it. I mean, yes, we've learned other things, thanks to all the teachers we've had along the way. We get it. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. But in the end, all that we've done, all the essays we wrote, all the tests we crammed for, all the success and all the failures we've had these many years, it all comes back in the end to that single idea. You are stronger than you think. And the fact that you're here today proves it. Yes, it's true that most people graduate high school. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's an easy thing to do. We have worked for 13 years to get here today, throughout innumerable personal challenges. There were plenty of times throughout these 13 years that I know I would have rather been anywhere but over there, and I have a feeling you all felt the same way a time or two. And yet, somehow, we're all still here. We've spent 12 years learning that we're stronger than we think. But that's not it. You have that strength, but you still also have what you learned in kindergarten. How to be a good person. How to treat yourself and others with dignity. That combination of the knowledge of how to be a good person and the strength to actually do so, that's a pretty powerful thing. However, just because you have the ability to do good doesn't mean it's just going to happen. You have the power to follow what you learned all the way back in kindergarten, the power to make the world a better place, but you still have to make the conscious decision to actually do it. And those decisions aren't always an easy thing to make. They aren't supposed to be. Sometimes you have to work hard to do the right thing, fight to live with integrity and become something great. And that's not an easy, comfortable thing. It is, in fact, quite the opposite. But this isn't an easy, comfortable world. And in an uncomfortable world, you essentially have two choices in everything you do. You can either crave comfort and settle for mediocrity, or you can make yourself uncomfortable and strive for greatness. That's not always easy, and sometimes it may not even be possible, but you know what? It's still worth a shot. So, class of 2020, as we go out into the world, how about we take that shot, make ourselves uncomfortable, and become what our kindergarten teachers knew we could be. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. Our valedictorian tonight exemplifies what can happen when a concerted desire for excellence accompanies exemplary intellect and talent. During high school, he was a 4-year letter winner in wrestling, a 3-year letter winner in cross country, and a member of National Honor Society. As a standout wrestler, he went from having a losing record as a freshman to a 2-time semi-state qualifier as a junior and senior, and a state qualifier as a senior. He was also a 2-time academic all-state wrestler. He has served as a Sunshine Society independent living camp counselor through Butler University, mentoring children with Down syndrome to help them become more independent. He is a member of Traders Point Christian Church. He will be attending Indiana University Bloomington to major in human biology with future plans to attend medical school. The following are comments provided by some of his teachers. He is a disciplined learner with a bright mind and a compassionate heart. He is intuitive, dedicated, and hardworking. He advocates for himself and treats others with respect. He consistently demonstrates tiger pride and has embraced his educational opportunities with eagerness. Though quiet in class, he is always focused on the task. He consistently demonstrates a strong work ethic and was supportive of his classmates. He thoughtfully approaches every opportunity and thinks critically through each task. He is one of the most intrinsically motivated students that I've taught. He attacks problems until he is satisfied with his work, which is often beyond the answer. He is an all-around great citizen of this community. I have had the honor of seeing him practically every day for the last 4 years. I've seen him develop from a quiet student trying to fly under the radar to a leader in the school who others want to emulate. To other students, he is unassuming and approachable. His quality of character outshines his academic success. I'm excited to hear about his future successes and achievements. He is the son of Jeff and Julie Toole. It is my pleasure to present to you the valedictorian of the class of 2020, Cameron Scott Toole.
Thank you, Mr. O'Rourke, and at this time I would like my volunteers to come up to the stage and stand in front, please. All right, well, good morning, everyone. I'm Cameron Toole. It's really, really good to be here and to see you all after such a long time. This morning I have prepared for you all a pretty good speech that I really like and I think that you will all also really like. But before I begin, I just want to give a quick shout out to my man Philip on his awesome speech. You know, I really liked how he talked about how everything we need to know we learned in kindergarten. And since then, we've only learned that we're stronger than we think we are. And, you know, he really went into depth about that, and to be honest, I had also planned to talk about a lot of that same stuff in my speech, but, you know, Phil, he covered it so well, and, you know, I think I might just have to skip over that part of my speech now, because, but, I mean, maybe I should have prepared a little bit better for this, because that was actually a majority of my speech, yeah. Does anyone else have anything that they might like to bring up, though? You know, if we can touch on it. If so, just go ahead and yell it out right now. It's fine. Does anybody? Mason, I know you got something you wanted to say. No? Okay, well, as I said before, I wrote you guys a really good speech, and it's a really good and deep speech, but for it to be really a success, I'm going to need some help from you guys, my classmates, by you all doing 4 things for me. Firstly, you know, I have trouble seeing in the sun, and it's pretty sunny out here, and I always speak better when I have a pair of sunglasses on. So if you guys would reach underneath your chairs right now, there's a little white baggie, this little white baggie actually, that inside you will find yourself a pair of sunglasses that you all get to keep, and if you put those on, there's a little button on the right side of it that turns them on, and they have some lights actually. Oh, you guys don't have yours? Oh, come on. So everybody put your glasses on and turn the lights on. I'm not turning mine on because I can't see, so. Press the button. Everybody press your buttons, turn them on. It's right here on the thing over your ear. Okay. Well, so moving on to the next three things. I need you guys to kind of listen closely and try to remember, because it'll get tough. If you forget, don't worry. I have these three up here to help out. So number one, whenever I say LHS, I need you guys to all stand up out of your seats and yell, "Heck yes." Okay? Daniel has a sign for this one. LHS equals heck yes. And moving on to number two, when I say the word stand, or a word that rhymes with stand, I will need you all to, again, stand up, and this time you will yell, "Go Tigers." Drew has a sign for this one. And finally, if I say the word state, or a word that rhymes with state, I will need you to stand up and yell, "Super great." You can look to Ben for this one. So do you guys think you've got that? I think we need to practice a little bit before I begin my speech, though. So let's try this. So LHS. Oh, come on. We can do better than that. We haven't seen each other in like 3 months. And everybody needs to stand up, so let's try again. LHS. There we go. Let's try one more time. LHS. There we go. All right, moving on. We have, stand. There we go. Or if I say land. Or if I were to say sand. Come on, everybody has to stand up. We all have to do this, guys. Come on. All right, and lastly, if I say state, you guys say super great. There we go. Or if I were to say, or if because we're the best school in the state. Super great. Because there is no debate. Super great. There we go. Okay, I think you guys have it, and I think I'm ready to begin my speech now. So here we are at LHS on the postponed graduation date. Super great. We're loyal to you, LHS. Yes. We will always be true, LHS. Yes. We'll back you to stand against the best in the land. For we know you have sand. LHS. Rah, rah. Our team is the best in the state. Super great. We're also quite good in debate. Super great. We shall always be winning. Oh, wait, no, never mind. We made a good beginning. Come on, let's go, LHS. Yes. Go, go, go. Go, go, LHS. Yes. Go, 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 go. Go, LHS. Yes. See our team now making the field goals. Go, LHS. Yes. Go, Oski Wawa. Play ball, play ball, play ball like sin. Play ball, play ball, play ball to win. See us score for our dear old Lebanon. Rah, rah for LHS. Thank you, LCSC. Thank you, teachers, staff, all of you for everything you've done for the past 12 years and for getting this together right before school starts. Thank you.
Thank you, Cameron. Would the class of 2020 prepare yourself for graduation?
Cole David Asbury. Benjamin Isaac Piper. Elizabeth Rose Kincaid. Abigail Irene McCabe. Cameron Scott Toole. Philip Charles Betts. Carson Robert Bertrand. Jeffrey Logan Hart. Erica Marie Ballard. Mary Claire Brown. Cole Daniel Abner. Max Griffin Agnew. Cameron Mitchell Alcorn. Ellen Nicole Alexander. Kylie Rain Allen. Elvis Jesus Bautista. Samantha Ray Bogan. Madison Lee Boynton. David James Bradley. John Russell Brandhofer. Gabrielle Marie Brewer. Elaine Jolene Brown. Shelby Aaron Brown. Andrew Lee Burns. Clay Alexander Butcher. Lily Marie Carlisle. Jared Trenholm Carter. Jasmine Nicole Chesney. Savannah Catherine Chowning. Jacqueline Danielle Christian. Robert Michael Criswell. Kiara Danielle Kaufman. Kylie Elizabeth Renee Cook. Cade Dylan Cooper. Drew Allen Cosgray. Gage Russell Cox. Taylor Luis Kripe. Haley Nicole Coley. Brianna Rochelle Daisley. Drew Carter Davidson. Blake Minor Davis. Luke Tremaine Davis. Alexander Bailey Dawes. Ryan Austin Dean. Kaylee Catherine Dial. Rachel Suzanne Dickerson. Haley James Deininger. Rebecca Lynn Douglas. Grace Victoria Dirksen. Jacob Byron Earl. Grace Madeline Ellsbury. Megan Rose Ewers. Jaden Michael Farron. Lucas Paul Farrell. Jada Michelle Folden. Catherine Noreen Ford. Alyssa Ann Forrester. Mackenzie May Fouts. Todd Joseph Frederick Jr. Jarrett Vincent French. Simon Andre Addison Gaha. Caleb Ryan Gamber. Kyle Lee Gamber. Juliana Marie Garcia. Molly Renee Garner. Lucy Jane Gasho. Maxwell Andrew Glassburn. Riley Peyton Granger. Madison Michelle Grubbs. Christian Levi Hackett. Logan James Hahn. Emerson Lynn Haynes. Sierra Dawn Hale. Haley Deanna Sue Hendrickson. Aislinn McKenna Heron. Mercedes Joanna Catherine Highwood. Daniel Jackson Hood. Marissa K. Howe. Emma Ruth Hughes. Arden Vida Hudson. Ethan Taylor Jensen. Isabel Ann Jimenez. Alex Ross Jones. Michael Ryan Juarez. Emma Marie Kafka. Brandon Lee Keene. Macy Ann Kenna. 7 Brady Kernodle. Bianca K. Kraut. Karina Dawn Lamb. Ashley Nicole Larkin. Isaiah Robert Linville. Elena Cheyenne Lloyd. Jonathan William Lockhart. Audrey Lynn Loney.
Harrison Michael Love. Caitlin Danielle Maciel. Jason Lucas Maddox. Madison Nicole Mayer. Jaden Michael Manning. Mariah Faith Martinez. Sawyer Holden Mason. Jocelyn Rain McAtee. Isaac Aaron McLean. Madison Suzanne Renee McIntyre. Sean Michael McKay Jr. Karis Ann McKinney. Abigail Jill McPherson. Mason Lee McWaters. Cody Anderson Mendenhall. Jasmine Nicole Merrill. Jill Audra Merritt. Brittany Jeanette Metcalf. Robert George Moody. Mr. O'Rourke. John Anthony DeCecco Morgan. Joshua Matthew Morgan. Melissa M. Mullet. Abriana Renee Love Muncie. Jasmine Ayana Murphy. Braden Drew Myers. Coy Hunter Nance. Ethan Tyler Nyhart. Keaton Edward Newman. Nicholas Andrew Nice. Alexis Marie Palmer. Christopher Andrew Parker. Kennedy Emmeline Parker. Christian Scott Parks. Connor Patrick Peters. Michelle Christine Pettit. John Evan O'Brien Phelps. Cade Nathaniel Ping. Hannah Renee Lynn Poindexter. Ryan Aaron Powell. Catherine Lucina Elizabeth Preston. Larry Dean Preston, Jr. Kaylee Alexandra Ramirez. Dylan Rockwell Rao. Zoe D. Redman. Alexis Nicole Reed. Michael Ray Reese. Abigail Diane Richardson. Monique Ramona May Rivers. Brianna Marie Robertson. Robert Lee Rollins, Jr. Abigail Elizabeth Rose. Tyler Austin Rose. Isaiah Matthew Schaefer. Karis Ann Scott. Aaron Lee Schallenberger. Opal Kylie Sheets. Helene Rachel Marie Shepard. Emma Nicole Schock. Bryce Matthew Skiles. Gabriel Michael Slinker. Aaron Rael Smith. Hunter Jean Smith. Nathaniel Joseph Smith. Taylor Matthew Smith. Dylan Schaefer South. Ethan James Allen Spidell. Jessica Ann Stackhouse. Jacob William Stewart. Madison Paige Stouffer. Chloe Elaine Stogsdill. Ryan Matthew Sturgeon. Araya Love Summers. Michael Patrick Swinehart II. Haley Ann Nicole Taylor. Hallie Ray Taylor. Brittany Nicole Teeter. Jacqueline Joe Terrell. Lucy Marie Tubbs. Isaac Nicholas Turner. Noah Andrew Turner. Alexander Cole Van Zant. Colton Merrill Weaver. Courtney Marie Wellborn. Abigail Ray Wethington. Jonathan Trace White. Easton Allen Williamson. Drew Allen Wilson. Paige Mackenzie Wilson. Jordan Danielle Windhorst. Jacob Osman Winger. Jasmine Danielle Woodall. Austin James Wright. Michael Solomon Wright. Hunter Ashton Yates. Kai Jeffrey Zimmerman.
Dr. Millman, I certify that these members of the class of 2020 have met all the requirements for graduation.
Thank you, Mr. O'Rourke. Before conferring the status of graduate upon the class of 2020, I ask you for a few moments of your time for me to share some remarks and observations. When I was first appointed superintendent of Lebanon Community School Corporation, my first priority was and continues to be to spend time with our students. And the first group I requested to meet with was our senior class officers and senior council. I brought them some Titus donuts, and we had our first chat. I asked them some pretty tough questions that day, and they answered all of them impressively. They told me that their class was a close group. They told me that they were proud of this class because you stick together, you care about one another, and you have a unique bond. Little did we know on that morning in August that this description of your class would be put to the test just 7 months later. After closing our schools to in-person instruction in March of this year, we witnessed your class in countless ways, helping each other, serving our community, staying strong, finishing strong, and living up to the ideals hanging on the banners behind us. You've reminded us all that in difficult times, and there will be some difficult times ahead in life, that we may need to improvise, but we do not have to compromise. We had to improvise with our calendar, the way we met in our classes, the way we communicated with each other when we could not meet in person. But the vision and leadership of your class officers and council and your character as a class, we did not compromise. We found a way to meet in person for this important ceremony today, and we found ways to stick together, show we care about one another, and maintain that unique bond. I really wish I could flash into the future and be a fly on the wall and overhear you talking to your teenage son or daughter someday when they're complaining about something that happened in school on his or her senior year, during her senior year, and say, "You think you've got it tough? Let me tell you about my senior year." And watch them roll their eyes as they hear you tell the story of the pandemic for the 1,000th time. While I know you felt disappointment, confusion, and sometimes frustration, I hope your memories of your senior year and today are joyful and filled with the many examples of how you and we stayed together and never compromised. On behalf of our entire school community, I want to thank you for setting an example of perseverance, of commitment to one another, and of commitment to Lebanon High School. Thank you, Class of 2020. And now I'll ask that your class president, Cole Asbury, come forward for a final time and ask you to stand. As the Superintendent of Schools of Lebanon Community School Corporation, I accept, with all of those in attendance today as my witness, Mr. O'Rourke's certification of your completion of the requirements of graduation. Therefore, by the authority conferred to me by the Lebanon Community School Corporation Board of Trustees, and through my authority designated to me by the state of Indiana, I declare you graduated with all of the respect, entitlements, and rights due all graduates of Lebanon High School. You may now change your tassels if you have not. No, we got it. We'll deliver.
Thank you, everyone. We light these tapers on this occasion to again remind us the meaning of the high school education to the youth of the United States. At this time, I ask that Junior Class President Natalie Defoe step on stage. In compliance with the request of the class of 1929, who presented this emblem to the school, it now becomes my duty to pass it on to the care of the incoming senior class of 2021. On behalf of the class of 2020, I now present the 7-branch candlestick, the symbol of the 7 cardinal principles of secondary education, To you, as the representative of the class of 2021, with the request that you light the tapers with the explanatory ritual on all occasions when you assemble together in your senior year.
On behalf of the class of 2021, I received this 7-branch candlestick, promising for my class that we will comply with your request to light the tapers, using the explanatory ritual for all of our public occasions when we assemble as a class.